Door closed. Let's go.
AB, your group was really able to convert off stops, get downhill in the paint tonight. What did you like about your group's ability to live up to that part of your standard and attack the paint?
Yeah, just like you said, using our stops to get out. My tardy teammate, but just we just did a good job getting stops and running. We knew we had the size advantage, so getting into the paint was something we wanted to do, and we did a good job of that. And we converted our layups, converted our fast break chances. So good job.
Did anyone say anything throughout the game? Like, you guys be up 12, 14 points, and they get it down to like 4 or 5 points. It seemed like you guys withstood their runs a bit. Was anything said from anyone in particular? What was that like in the huddle?
I think we just did a good job keeping our poise. Even on their runs, it didn't really feel like the game was getting out of our hands. We knew what we needed to do. We knew the mistakes we had to clean up in the timeout. So we were pretty calm today. We did a good job running the runs. They shoot a lot of threes, so it could be tough, but we just did a good job keeping our emotions in check for sure.
Wendell, when Anthony plays like this and is as aggressive as he was tonight, how does that impact your team?
Shit, he knows. I tell him every time, like, stay aggressive, like, make or miss, like, we riding with you. We know what he's capable of. Like you said, it opens up the game for everyone else around him. So when he's aggressive like he was tonight, and other nights, that's when our team is so much better, and we trend in the upward direction on the offensive end and defensively.
Anthony, has that been a conscious focus for you now in year 3 to kind of put your imprint on the game on both ends more often?
No, for sure. I feel like I got the ability to make plays that change the game on both ends. So this year, I just feel like that's more of a responsibility I have. So yeah, definitely looking to do it more often, more consistently. But I think the last couple of games is a good start and something I could build on.
Just 12 points for Steph in the second half. You were among the guys that you all threw at him. Just what kind of changed maybe in that second half to limit him and his missed shots?
I think, to be honest, we did a good job covering for each other's mistakes. In the first half, it was mostly on the guards to stop him. But I think in the second half, the bigs did a good job being at the level, forcing them to put the ball on the floor, getting them out of rhythm. And, I think that just gives us a good chance as guards to sit down and get a stop when they're not coming off in rhythm, shooting threes and walking into easy looks.
Wendell, coming off of Sunday's loss, you guys talked about kind of needing to find the details. How important was it to kind of answer back with a game like this where, a lot of things that you guys struggled with in that game Sunday, and especially in the fourth quarter, you guys were able to execute and finish?
Man, it's a good bounce back game in my opinion. Houston, we definitely wanted that game. We did, a lot of great things in that game. We don't want to get away from that, but it's a win or lose league, and unfortunately we came up with the loss in Houston, but it just lit a fire underneath us. And I know coming back playing in front of the fans, that was also an extra boost for us. But we also knew that we had to get back in that winning column for sure, especially being 500 coming into tonight.
Are you guys kind of finding that character about yourselves again, that you kind of respond to adversity, you find a way to kind of push back when teams make their runs like Golden State did tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I think tonight was a prime example of sticking to our identity that we've built over the last 2 or 3 years of being a defensive team and letting the offense kind of take care of itself. And then you add guys like Desmond, AB being aggressive, like it makes us so super dynamic on the offensive end. So, we getting back to our identity defensively, which I'm super proud of. But then, like I said, the offense is definitely starting to come together.
AB, how's your relationship over here? How has your relationship with Tyus grown through these first 15 games?
A lot, in the summertime, they told us we were going to spend a lot of time together on the floor. So it's definitely just a relationship just off of that. But yeah, we definitely help each other out. It's 2 PGs, just trying to make the game easier for each other. He's been in the league a long time, so he's got a lot of good things to say to me, and I just appreciate that, and I'm glad he's staying aggressive, staying confident, and he had a good game today.
The energy shift when he made those threes.
Of course, those are shots that we've been telling him to keep shooting, knowing that he puts the work in every day. He's a good shooter, good career shooter, so we knew those looks were going to fall, and tonight they gave us a big boost in the second half.
Dell, can you talk about just playing against the antics of Jimmy and Draymond? Can you talk a little bit about that tonight?
No, we're all competitors. Sometimes we get emotional, including myself. Like that's just part of the game, but it's nothing more to it than that. Those guys are fantastic players. They put a lot on the floor every time they play. So, it's fun in my opinion. Being out there going against some of the best to do it. So, that's really about it for that.
AB, you found a lot of success getting downhill tonight, and not just in transition. Obviously, the monster slam, but baseline cuts. It was a moment. It took down the house.
For sure.
Same thing the other night again on Sunday. I was going to ask about your footwork on those slams, on the breakaways. Mm-hmm. Do you credit the footwork? You played a few different sports growing up. Do you credit some of that footwork to playing different sports? Is that something you still work on to this day? And how did that develop?
Yeah, definitely. I think it definitely came from playing other sports. I play receiver, so footwork was an everyday thing for me for a lot of years of my life. I think definitely in some cases you see that on the basketball court. I guess, like you said, maybe my footwork comes from there, but yeah, I guess a little bit of football, a little bit of route running in there.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.